Choosing an orthopedic implant isn't just an engineering decision. It's a clinical strategy, a biomechanical negotiation, and often an unspoken dialogue between surgeon, patient, and manufacturer. Understanding how surgeons think about implant selection is the key for anyone working in the orthopedic industry. Whether you're in product development, regulatory, sales, or marketing. Because if you can speak the surgeon's language, you can position yourself as a credible expert in the field. Welcome to Ortho Implants for Life, where we break down orthopedic science, industry strategy, and medical technology so you can build expertise in the orthopedic implant ecosystem. Disclaimer: this video is for educational and informational purposes only, not medical advice. Implant choice involves patient-specific decisions, surgical preferences, and manufacturer specifications. Clinical decisions should always be made by qualified surgeons. The core mission of an implant. Every orthopedic implant, whether it's a screw, a plate, a stem, or a total joint, has one mission: restore mechanical function while integrating with living biology. That means the implant must simultaneously survive load, torsion, bending, compression, cyclic fatigue, and corrosion, while existing in one of the most chemically aggressive environments known to science, the human body. If the implant succeeds, the body adapts to it. If it fails, biology rejects it. Understanding this dance between engineering and biology is foundational to why implant selection matters so deeply to the surgeon. Implant design is not just about strength. It's about compatibility with bone, biology, and long-term adaptation. Surgeon selection logic. How surgeons think. When surgeons choose implants, they evaluate across 5 major dimensions. 1. Mechanical requirements. 2. Biological requirements. Will the implant allow osseointegration, encourage callus formation, protect the bone from stress shielding? 3. Patient-specific factors, including age, activity level, bone quality, comorbidities, healing capacity. 4. Surgical philosophy and training. Surgeons often select implants that match their technique, their comfort zone, their fellowship training, the evidence they trust. 5. Evidence, reputation, and data. Clinical studies, registry outcomes, revision rates, and long-term follow-ups all influence implant confidence. When surgeons evaluate implant options, their reasoning begins with the mechanical demands of the case. A comminuted distal femur fracture behaves nothing like a simple midshaft tibial fracture, and a hip arthroplasty in a 74-year-old sedentary patient does not share the same expectations as one in a 50-year-old active tennis player. Surgeons are constantly reconciling questions such as, will the construct need to carry the load entirely, or will bone share the load? Will the implant encourage callus formation, or does it need rigid primary stability? How long must it survive repetitive cyclic forces? And will the biology of the patient support the healing environment required? But mechanics alone never tell the full story because the patient changes the equation. Bone density, healing potential, age, comorbidities, lifestyle, and projected longevity all influence what is appropriate. An osteoporotic spine demands a different hardware philosophy than a young cortical-rich diaphysis. A high-demand athlete naturally pushes the implant further into the fatigue domain. Some patients will outlive their implants, others will not. And in many cases, surgeons must choose between what is ideal biomechanically and what is feasible in reality. Hospital and industry factors, the hidden layer. Implant selection is not just a clinical decision. There is a second layer the industry understands well: cost procurement contracts, vendor relationships, regulatory approvals, supply chain reliability, instrument set, compatibility, sterilization, logistics. In many emerging markets, availability and service support often outrank biomechanics in the decision tree. There is an economic and logistical layer that industry understands far better than the general public. Hospitals negotiate contracts. Procurement departments evaluate cost, availability, sterilization, logistics, and compatibility of instrument sets. Health systems prioritize supply reliability. In many markets, affordability constraints significantly influence construct selection. And in emerging economies, the difference between adoption and abandonment may have more to do with service support and inventory reliability than with modulus of elasticity or metallurgy. How industry professionals should position themselves. This is where positioning becomes key for orthopedic industry personnel. The representatives, product managers, and biomedical professionals who consistently earn surgeon trust are rarely those who simply push product. Instead, they demonstrate a working literacy in biomechanics, biology, and clinical decision-making. They ask questions that reflect an understanding of fracture patterns, load-bearing strategy, and implant philosophy. They discuss constructs rather than components. They reference registry outcomes rather than marketing claims. They speak the language of the operating room, not just the language of the catalog. Because once the representative understands how surgeons think, they're no longer selling metal. They are participating in clinical reasoning. And that is where credibility is built. For professionals in the orthopedic industry, this means something simple but profound. Technical literacy is no longer optional. It is competitive advantage. Understanding how implants are chosen allows industry personnel to speak with surgeons not as vendors, but as knowledgeable colleagues participating in the shared mission of restoring mobility and quality of life. And in a field where credibility is currency, that shift is transformative.
If you have enjoyed the video, like it, share it, and if you are new to our channel, subscribe it. Hit the bell icon to get notifications for all our upcoming videos. Join us to excel in this orthopedic implant industry and to know more about the job and career growth which is available in this industry. Thank you. See you again next week.